Make no mistake, what is happening in the Senate, the sewer, the swamp is just theater, complete with hysteria, hyperbole, and, of course, rank hypocrisy. Here to explain more, I call him the Great One, host of Life, Liberty, Levin, #1 show, Sundays, 8 p.m., right here on the Fox News Channel, and nationally syndicated radio host, Mark Levin. Mark, this is your wheelhouse. You've got 7.5 minutes.
Well, thank you. First of all, we are watching one of the stupidest events by some of the stupidest people in American history, and history will fix this. We have a man who slept with a Chinese spy as one of the House Democrat managers. We have a man in Raskin who was one of the most loud opponents in one of the recent past elections of certifying electors. We have a political party that cheered on Antifa and Black Lives Matter and called federal law enforcement stormtroopers. And here they are, bringing this Soviet-style case against the President of the United States. Have there ever been many stupid members of Congress in your life? And the senators sit there? None of them walk out and say, I'm not going to participate in something so unconstitutional? Let me show you how preposterous this is. Where's the video of Donald Trump over and over and over again supporting law enforcement and law and order? Where are the videos of the police groups endorsing Donald Trump for President of the United States? They didn't show that. Then we have an insurrection. It's a very weird thing. We had Mark Meadows, the former chief of staff to the former president, on national TV on Sunday. Maria Bartiromo's program said President of the United States, Trump, called or made available 10,000 National Guardsmen to Washington, D.C. in early January. So let me get this straight, Raskin. So the President of the United States was leading a militia, an insurrection, against the very National Guardsmen he called up. Now, does that make sense to anybody? No, that doesn't make sense to anybody. And why would they wait until January 6th to have this insurrection? Well, they were going to count the electors. Well, if you're going to lead an insurrection, you don't care if they're counting electors or not. Why didn't you do it 5 days after the election? In fact, they hadn't even started counting the electors when this insurrection began, this attack on the Capitol building. Now, let me tell something to the American people. Every single video that was introduced by Raskin and the other stooges on the left is inadmissible in any court in America, in any advanced society. They have no reliable information, no relevant guide of any kind to anything, period. It has, all it is inflammatory. Affidavits signed by defendants that are drawn up by their lawyers, making these generalizations. Yes, I attacked and I committed crimes because I thought Donald Trump was directing me. It doesn't matter. The tooth fairy they can think directed them. That has no relevance. That would be inadmissible in a court of law. Well, Donald Trump spent months raising the illegitimacy of this election. Stolen election, allegations of fraud. That has absolutely no legal relevance either. If it did, we should take some crime tape and wrap it around the whole damn Capitol building and apply it to every member of the House and Senate. But even more than that, does everybody remember the post office was underfunded? Everybody remember the disappearance of mailboxes? Everybody remember how the Democrats and the media were saying Donald Trump is going to suppress the vote in black and minority communities? LeBron James, we don't have enough remember all that? Setting the stage. So if Donald Trump won re-election to claim that it was illegitimate, the Russia collusion crowd is back. The liars, the pathological liars are back. Just because they're dressed up as congressmen and senators doesn't much matter. What's lacking here? All the talk, all the video, what's lacking? Evidence. Where's the evidence that Donald Trump worked with a single one of these individuals or a single one of these groups? There is no evidence. Where's the evidence that anything he said in that speech resulted in the attack on that Capitol? Lindsey Graham has said it. It was in the New York Times of all places. This was all pre-planned. The FBI knew it might be coming. They were tipped off about it. There are many questions. What the hell did the FBI know and when did it know it? We know that the Sergeant at Arms of the House was told by the former chief of the Capitol Police, you better get some National Guardsmen here and more help. What did he do? Nothing. Did he tell Nancy Pelosi? That would be a good question. Not only that, the Sergeant at Arms of the Senate was told. Well, who does that person report to? He reported to McConnell. Well, what did McConnell know? What did they do? It seems the only person that called up the National Guard for potential use was Donald Trump and nobody else. So what else? We're to believe that Donald Trump was going to send militants up against the National Guard. We're to believe that Donald Trump was planning day after day, for months after months, according to these House managers, an insurrection right in front of our faces. We just didn't know it. Now, here's the thing. The problem is, let me read you some language. Let me read you some language and ask you. I wrote an example of language that I think that might be insightful and incendiary. Suppose Donald Trump said, I want to tell you, Pelosi, I want to tell you, Schumer, you have released the whirlwind and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions. What if Donald Trump said that? Then they may have a point, right? But Donald Trump didn't say that. That's what Chuck Schumer said on the steps of the Supreme Court of the United States. He said, I want to tell you, Pelosi, I want to tell you, Gorsuch, I want to tell you, Kavanaugh, you have released the whirlwind and you will pay the price. You won't know what hit you if you go forward with these awful decisions. So Raskin and Swalwell and the other stooges, you think that's pretty insightful? Yeah, it's very insightful. One other thing. They stormed the Capitol, overturned the results of the election they didn't vote in. CNN did a little bit of a review of some of these people who've been charged with crimes. You know what they found out? A bunch of them never voted. A bunch of them never voted. What's happening here in the United States Senate is a disgrace. You don't have a right. I don't care what scholars say, my friend Ted Cruz says, or anybody else. You cannot impeach a private citizen. You cannot have a trial on a private citizen. You don't have the power to prohibit a private citizen, a former public official, from running again. We have a rogue impeachment, a rogue House, a rogue Senate, a rogue trial. And we have an innocent man in Mar-a-Lago who deserves a hell of a lot better than this. This is a disgrace. A disgrace. That's it.
The great one, Mark Levin. Don't miss his show. Sunday nights, 8 p.m.